Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to the next video. So in this video we are going to discuss about a very interesting problem based on the demand. We have created previously a lot of videos on ServiceNow, and this video is regarding how to integrate Jira and ServiceNow. But in this one there are particular cases, right? So in some of the cases we saw how to create a group in ServiceNow, and that same group should be created in the Jira, so that we already saw in our previous video. And in some of the other videos we saw how to create a ticket or an incident in the incident table of our ServiceNow, and that same incident should be created as a bug in the Jira, right? So those use cases we have already covered, but today, particularly what we are going to do. So whenever we we want to fetch the Jira issues and we want to create it in the incident table. So what is our today's topic? Fetch the Jira issues. And what should we do with this? And we have to create incidents in the incident table. Okay, so whatever the issues are present in your Jira system, for example, say you have got some 5-10 issues in your Jira system, so you should be running one scheduled job, and it should contain like REST messages and all, so which should create the tickets, or we can say incidents in the incident table of our ServiceNow. So basically this is basically the Jira side now. So this is Jira side and this is ServiceNow side, and this should be bi-directional. So what is meant by bi-directional? Now see, if we create a Jira issues, or if there are Jira issues, that should be created in the ServiceNow, and if we create an ServiceNow or incident in the ServiceNow, again that should be created in the Jira. Okay, so you are understanding, right? So basically if you create an incident in the ServiceNow, that should be created as an issue in the Jira. If you are having some issues already in the Jira, that should be fetched and added to the ServiceNow instance as the incidents. So I will show you a first quick demo, and then you will understand what exactly I'm saying. And this is not unidirectional, this is completely bi-directional. And also I have implemented the logic for removing the duplicate, that if you are creating some issue from Jira to ServiceNow, and if it is like again it is vice versa, again it is creating, so there are chances like it will create a reciprocating motion. So you need to avoid that one. So how to avoid that one? Basically we have to make some logic changes there. Okay, right. So before I show you all the logics and all, first of all I just want to show you how it is working here. So first of all I will just log into my Jira account, and in fact I have already logged in, and here you can see basically MSP5, MSP4, MSP3, MSP2, MSP1. So these are the 5 bugs which I have created in my project. So what is my project here? So basically I have a lot of projects here, my Scrum project, test, demo and all, but what I am using currently is my Scrum project. So I'm working on Scrum now. So in Scrum I have got 5 tickets or 5 issues or 5 bugs, you can say. By seeing this icon you can say this is a bug. So basically the need is that, so whenever a scheduled job runs, maybe say during one day I'll be running scheduled job in the ServiceNow. So right, the scheduled job is basically something which runs at a particular time, whatever you set after and at a particular interval. Let's say every day at the 10 I want to run a scheduled job which will be fetching all the data which is present, or all the tickets or all the issues present in the Jira, and I have to make sure that I should not be creating duplicate tickets. In the sense, if I am fetching today, I have fetched these 5 tickets and I have created as the incident in the ServiceNow, and tomorrow again this scheduled job will be running, and if I fetch these things again 1 2 3 4 5, nothing has changed, so it should not create these tickets again because they are already present. So this thing should also be taken care, right? So everything is taken care in our test case. Please watch this video completely, you'll understand each and everything. All right, so Right. First of all, these are the 5 tickets you saw now, and now I will show you the incidents table. So this is the incidents table I have opened. So you can again open it. Incident dot list. Sorry, incident dot list. So this will open the incident table, the same thing. And please note that there are total 70 incidents in my table right now. Okay, so if right, this you understood now, and now I have created already the scheduled job here. So this is the scheduled script execution. So I have given the name as create Jira issues in ServiceNow. Okay, so you can give any name. I have just given this one. This is currently active, and I have added some code here. So basically I will explain the code and everything later, but first I would like to show you the demo. So basically what it does, so I have set it as a run daily. So basically it will be running daily, and but so if I want to run it right now also, it's possible. You can see here execute now. So instead of daily, I can execute now as well. So I will click on execute now. So once I click execute now, so what we are expecting now is it should go to Jira with the help of API. It should fetch all these MSP1, MSP2 up to MSP5, all these cases, and it should create in our incident table. And you can see here there are only 70 cases here because I have still not refreshed this window. So now I'm going to this hamburger menu, then I'm clicking on refresh list, and yes, you can see here it has fetched all the 5 incidents from the Jira. You can see here MSP 1 2 3 4 5. So just I'm referring it is in the external number, and you can see the description debit card bug. Okay, so debit card bug you will be able to see here. Debit card bug is there, testing problem from API. So next is testing problem from API, and up to this testing problem from API 1. So testing problem from API 1, right? So now you understood how it is working, right? So this is basically creating all the issues, getting all the issues and creating it as the incident in the ServiceNow. And now you may ask if it is creating duplicates. So I can prove it, it is not creating duplicates. So I will go to again that schedule job here. So this is the schedule job, and now note that I'm executing it again. So it should not create this time because they are already present. So I have clicked on execute now, and you can see this count is 75 before refreshing. And now I'm going to hamburger menu, then I'm again clicking on the refresh list, and you can see the count is still 75. So I can load this browser as well. So for your clarification, I will just load from the browser itself, and you can see it's 75. That means it's not creating any duplicate tickets here or duplicate incidents. Okay, so that is taken care now. Alright, so now you understood how I am creating, or it is working from Jira to ServiceNow. So again, you can ask like if it is working from ServiceNow to Jira. Yes, it is working. So I can show it here. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new incident in the incident table, and it should create a issue in this Jira. So how it happens, that I will explain, but just before that, let's see. I'm clicking on create new, and this is mandatory caller. So I have to select something. I am selecting some random name. Short description, I will say YouTube example. So this is the YouTube example, and now once I click on save, it should create an issue in the Jira. So let's go to Jira here, and you can see only 1 2 3 4 and 5, only 5 issues are there. And if I refresh this page, I should be able to see another one, and indeed you can see here. So basically up to 5 I was having, and this is the MSP 17 which is created newly, and the short description for this one is whatever I have given. So you can see YouTube example I gave in this short description here, and I have matched it to a short description of this one. Short description in the sense the name of this issue here, right? And this thing MSP 17 is system generated basically. So I have created a lot of tickets, and I have deleted a lot of tickets, so that's what it is creating. For example, if I manually try to create something, then it will be creating MSP 18. So that is how the naming convention will be. And if you want, you can change also, no worries, right? But the point is that it is creating, right? Alright, so now you understood how the things are working here. So whenever you are creating something, it is reflecting in here, and whenever you are creating some issues in here, it is reflecting there. Okay, so this is basically bi-directional system, how it is configured. Now the question comes, just before I proceed, I just want to make sure that it is recording. Yeah, fine. All right, so now the question is how we are creating this one, how this end-to-end working. Okay, so what you need for this one, first of all, I will just tell you the details for this one. So the details will be, first of all, you have to get the API for fetching the data from Jira. So that is the first thing you have to get. API you have to get. So once you get an API, then you have to create one REST outbound message in ServiceNow. So you have created one REST outbound message. After that, what you need to do is the next thing will be, you have to create a business rule. And REST outbound message, in the sense here, the two APIs we require. So the APIs will be like, first thing is for getting the records, that is get, and another one is for posting, so post. And in the sense, REST outbound messages will also be two, because we want to insert the data, and also in the same way we want to fetch the data. So there should be two REST outbound messages. And after that, you have to create a business rule on the ServiceNow incident table, on ServiceNow incident table. Okay, so that means, whenever you are creating the incident in the ServiceNow, that should be created in Jira, right? So that's what we are doing. We have to create on the ServiceNow incident table. So now you are good. And after that, at the end, you have to create one scheduled job. So say scheduled job for fetching the issues from Jira and creating as incidents in ServiceNow, right? So these are the 4 steps now. So this is what we want to do. And let's okay, so see, actually I have shown you the demo, and everything is working fine, right? So if I try to create this from scratch, like writing each and every step, it will be taking a lot of time, and it's already 12 minutes now. So what I will do, I will explain each and everything very slowly, so that each and everybody can understand. So first of all, we'll start with API for fetching the data from Jira. So basically, if you visit the Postman, so you can see here, basically I have got my API here, which is basically getting the data from the Jira. So how it is working, basically this is the endpoint which I have configured according to my project. So what you need to do is, this is the base URL. So beaconbot.atlassian.net, up to this one, this is the base URL. And in this one, beaconbot.atlassian is the Jira account. Whenever you are creating the Jira account, you will be getting one instance. So this is the name which will be populating in your system as well. So you have to give that one. Then it is of type REST API version 3. Up to this one, it will be same for everything. And now from this, it changes. So in this case, I want to fetch the tickets or issues from the Jira. So I have to write search here, and then a question mark, then JQL. So query language, after that equal to project equal to MSP. So you need to write each and everything same, but this will be changing. So what is MSP now? So that is the key of our project. So if I go to my projects here, you can see here, there is a key written in the bracket. So my Scrum project, in bracket they are writing MSP. My Kanban project, in bracket we are writing KAN. So to uniquely identify this project in our account, the Atlassian will be creating one key for the project, and that is the MSP here. So that same thing I am using here, right? And then parameters, just it will be creating automatically this JQL after the question mark. Authorization, I am using the basic authorization, and I hope you will be knowing about this one. So this is the email ID which we use for creating the Atlassian account, and password will be not the password which we use for login. So this will be related to the API key. So I hope you know how to create the API, but if you don't know also, no worries, I will be showing here. So first of all, whenever you log in at the beginning, so you'll be visiting this page if you are using the cloud, and if you are using the server, then see there is a difference. So previously people used to use server, that means they used to run a exe file and then they used to install the Jira software in their local machine. But now it has changed, it has moved to cloud, and now we'll be creating an site, like in my case it's beaconbot.atlassian.net. That is the site, and everything I'm creating that will be hosted on that site itself. So in that same way, you will be creating account in 2024, means you'll be getting this interface only. And now to create a API key, I was talking about API key. So you need to select a Jira software here. Okay, so once you select Jira software, then you will be reaching this page. Then just click on your profile icon, then click on manage account, and once you click on this one, you will be redirected here, and you need to click on this security here, and you will be getting these options for changing the password and all. And then there is a field called API tokens, and you can see here create and manage API tokens. Just click on that one. So once you click on this, you will be getting an empty interface here if you are visiting for the first time, but I am getting already one token which is generated. So basically I have accessed it a lot of times, and you can see this thing is generated. So in your case, you just need to click on this create API token, and just you need to give some name. So I have given test1 and I clicked on create, and now you can see this created me an API which is very long. And one more thing which is important is you have to copy it at the beginning itself. Okay, so once I have copied, because it will not be visible once you close this window, so I have copied and I have closed. Now you can see there is only one option, that is to revoke in the sense you are deleting this API token. You are not using this anymore and you want to delete, that is the revoke, but there is nothing here to copy. So that is what I'm just saying, like it's very important whenever you are creating, you have to copy it. And let's say you didn't copy, then what need to be done? Very simple, you just need to click on this revoke, and you need to delete this one because you don't have the access for that, you didn't copy. Then again click on create API token and create another one. So that is as simple as that. Alright, so this is how you have to create the API token. Now you understood the API token. Then right, so we were talking about API token, fine. So we were in this one, you have to give that same token in the password, and in headers, as you are accepting the data, you have to give this header here, accept application slash JSON. So we are expecting in the JSON format. Right, so this is all set now, and now I will show you how the data will be fetched. So just have a look on this one. We have around 6 incidents here, or 6 issues here, and I am sending this one. That means I am trying to fetch the incidents from my Jira account, and you can see here total count is 6. So this is the total count, which indicates how many tickets are there, and per execution maximum results could be up to 50. So for this call, it can fetch up to 50, and starting index is 0, schema is expanded. So all the data will be present here, like expand, id, self, key. So key is very important, MSP 17. So you can cross check here, this is the MSP 17. After that I will be having somewhere below MSP 5. Okay, okay, so you just need to find those guys. It will be somewhere here, MSP 5 in the below. Okay, you just need to scroll down. Yeah, you can see here MSP 5 is there. So basically this is the second issue or bug, I can say. So in the same way, it will be listing everything. Okay, so see, it's not very easy to visualize the data here. So what you can do is, instead of seeing it here, you can go to this thing, and you can go to this JSON viewer.stack.who, and you can click on this text, select this, paste your data, then click on format, then click on viewer. So now you will be clearly understanding, okay, so there are total 6 issues, and related to 6 issues, these are the 6: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if I expand first issue, it is having this thing: ID is 10034 and key is MSP17. And there are a lot of fields you can see here, but these are all not necessary for us. Okay, so there will be one field which says summary. So see, you can see YouTube example. So this is the same thing which we created here, YouTube example. You can see here YouTube example. This is the summary coming from, right? So now you understood how to test it on the Postman. And once you test the things on the Postman, then it's very easy for us to create it in the ServiceNow, because it's very similar. Alright guys, so now what I need to do is, basically I will go to ServiceNow, I will go to home here. The first thing what I will be creating is a REST outbound message. Okay, so now I have shown you the one API. Okay, so this is the first API which is for fetching the data. And you can say like how to create a issue in Jira. So you can we need two APIs, right? So that was for fetching the data, this is for creating the issue in the Jira. So again, https beaconbot.atlassian REST API 3. Then instead of search, I have to give issue here, because we are trying to create an issue. Again, authorization is same, and we don't have anything in the parameters. Headers is content type, because we are giving the body here. We need to give the content type, that is application/JSON, and we will be getting some response like what is the idea of the issue created, key for that one. So we are expecting some data also. Then you have to give accept application or JSON. Then you can see here body. In body, I will be sending few details in order to create an issue. So if you are trying to create an issue, then you should give some data, right? So the same data I'm giving here. Okay, so I will show you an example here. So what I mean by exactly, so you can see here 1 to 17 I have got these many issues, right? So I will create one from this service, Postman. So what I am exactly giving here, fields. In that fields I'm giving issue type, that is of type bug. And what is the project? It is MSP. Summary I am giving is a testing from the API 1. Description is basically this thing. So this is all metadata, version type, content, and this is the actual data, new data from the Postman, new data from, I can say, YouTube. Okay, just for our understanding. And now if I just click on send here, then there is a issue created in the Jira, and this is the ID 10035, and the key is MSP18. And I will go to this one, there is no MSP18 still. I will refresh the page, and you will be able to see, okay, this is the MSP18 which just now I have created. Okay, so you can create this, and if you want, if you want to delete this, you can delete from here. Okay, so basically the point is that this API is used for creating an issue, this is for fetching the issues. Now you understood? Okay, right. So now I will go to ServiceNow. The first thing is that we have to create REST messages. So I will say REST messages, and in outbound we have to create. So I am clicking on this one, I have already created, so I will be just showing you. So the first thing is, this is for creating the Jira issues. So I will open this one. So basically see, in your case also everything will remain same. So whenever you visit this one, there will be some 2-3 REST outbound messages created by default for you. You just need to click on this new, and you just need to give some name here, and all the configuration I will be explaining how to do. So basically you just click on new, and you will be landing on the same page. And now you just need to give some name. So I have given some name here, Jira issue. Okay, so that is because I am creating a issue in Jira using this one. Fine. So after that we need to give the endpoint, the same endpoint which I gave here, that same endpoint I'm giving it here. That is fine. After that, authentication. So authentication type, here multiple authentications are there. Basic, no authentication, we have to use basic here. And basic authentication profile is basically Jira credits. So whenever you click on search here, so for the first time it will not show anything for you. Okay, but I have already created this one. So what you can do is, you just need to create on this new and then you have to give some name, say XYZ, whatever you want to give, then username and password. So what I'm saying, username and password, this is the username, beaconbot@gmail.com, then this token is the password. Okay, so these two things you have to give, and fine. So once you give these two things, then you have to click on the submit, and for few people it will show, see, the problem is that this token is very is having higher length. Okay, but for in the service now, for particular password field, the length allowed is only 255 characters, and the password or the API token is more than 255 characters. So in that case, it will not create this profile, and it will show some error, like it cannot be created due to the length limitation. In that case, there is just some 2-3 steps we have to do. So we have to go to the list view, and we need to configure the basic auth configuration here. So we have to configure this one, and we have to increase the limit for this password. Okay, so in order to do that one, I have already created one separate video, so you can ask in the comment section, or that will be present in the description. Otherwise you can check my channel, it will be somewhere there. Okay, so just you need to follow that video if it is throwing an error whenever you are trying to put the API token as the password here, right? So once it is done, then you are good. So I'll just say don't save it because I don't need that one. Fine. So now you have created the Jira message, you have given the Jira credits here, you have to select that one. You are good now. And in HTTP request, nothing will be there. Authentication, you have selected basic. After that, it will be creating one default get method here. Okay, so you just need to create on that one only. So just click on that. It will be default get method here. It will be like get, but in your case, you want to create a issue or the ticket in the Jira. So in that case, it should be post, because we are talking about this one. This is the post method, right? And then you have to give the endpoint, the same endpoint which you gave in the postman. And after that, in this one, you have to give the headers. HTTP request, you should be having accept as the application/JSON, content type again application JSON. And now authentication type, you have to select, if you select basic, you have to again select the profile. But anyhow, see, that is the REST message, and this is the REST method. So in one REST message you can have multiple methods. So this is one of the method, that is post. All right, so now authentication type inherit from the parent, and fine, we are good here. And if you just click on this test, you will be getting something like this, and it is expected because 400, in the sense you have not given the proper data. So why it is throwing is, we didn't give any body, right? So in order to execute this properly, we have to give the body, but this is fine, this API is working fine here. Okay, so now you have created one REST outbound message, that is to create the ticket in the Jira. So now similarly you have to create another REST outbound message, which is for fetching the data from the Jira. So I have created it here, REST message. Again, you can see I have given name as Jira fetch issues, and the endpoint is this one, that is get method here. Up to project is equal to MSP, project is equal to MSP, then HTTP request is nothing here, then again authentication type basic, profile is Jira credits, so same profile you can use. And again here I have created one method for fetching the data. So you can see here REST message Jira fetch. So this is the REST message, and this is the method name. So you have to remember these, or you have to be careful about this while naming this one, because you have to use this in the business rules and schedule jobs. So you need to call means you have to identify the names here properly. So for this one I have given as fetch issues, and this is of type get and endpoint again. And in this headers I am just giving the accept, because we are getting the data. And like if I test this one, I will be getting a lot of data, because this is get method and it is not expected any body. So it is, see, this is giving basically the data in the unstructured format, but you can format this one according to your in that JSON viewer what I have shown, right? So now it's clear, you have created two REST outbound messages, one for creating the data and one for receiving the data from the Jira. So after this, what you need to do is, basically first I will cover how to create an issue in the Jira whenever the same issue is created, or before that I will show you the other one, that is how to fetch all the data from this Jira to the ServiceNow. So what we need to do is we need to create a schedule job. So you need to search here scheduled and then jobs. Okay, under system definitions there is a scheduled jobs here, and if I go to updated, I should be able to see one schedule job here. Okay, yeah, so basically fine. So this is the schedule job which I have created. Create Jira issues in ServiceNow. And so you can what you can do is you just need to click on this new, and you will be creating new one. So I'm opening mine which I have created previously, and you just need to give a name here, create Jira issue in ServiceNow. So it will be active anyhow, and then let it be run daily and each and everything by default. And now the very important thing is that we have to write this code. The code is very simple. Just the one trick is that, see, whenever you are fetching the issue, so you will be getting the issue number, that is MSP 17, MSP 5, MSP 4, and you need to create one field in this incident form, that is external number. So you have to check whatever the issues which you are taken from the Jira, that number should be matching here. Because see, something I should know, right? So that I should know that it is coming from the Jira. So what I did is basically I have configured. So basically what I did is just go to the form, and then configure, then form layout. So you just need to do the same thing, go to the incident form, and then go to the form layout. So here I have already added this thing, external number. So you might not be having that one. What you can do is just here type here external external number, and you have to click on add, then it will be added here, and you can shift it above. Okay, so the same thing I have done. So I already have that configuration here, so I don't want to add it again. But this is very important, you have to add this external number. See, I have just given some name, external number. You can give anything, Jira reference number or Jira number or number from Jira, like that. You can give anything, just you will be checking it in the business rules. So that's what we need this. Okay, so I will say cancel, because I have already added that one, and you can see it here, external number is visible here. Okay, so now I have already shown you, right, whenever I was creating the issues, on whenever we were seeing the demo, for example, incident dot list. So you can see here external number MSP 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are actually coming from the Jira. So I have mapped in the code that you have to map external number to the MSP 1, MSP 2, like this. And how it is not creating the duplicate is that before I create any incident here, I am checking if already these numbers are present in my system or the incident table. If they are already present, means that ticket is already synced with this incident table. You need not to create it again, because it will be a duplicate entry. So this is very important, you have to create this external number. So just follow step by step. See, okay, so you just need to go to the form, and you just need to add that external number. Okay, so you can go from there, or you can go from here also, I guess. Maybe from settings you can go. Yeah, you can go from settings, and you can add the external number here. So anything is fine. So once you add the external number, now I was showing you the schedule job. Okay, so what I'm doing here is basically, see, this is the code which I have written for fetching the data from the Jira. So what you need to write, request is equal to new ServiceNow web service REST message v2, and this is very important. So in this case, what I am trying to access is we have to give the REST message name, and then REST method we have to give. So REST message name is Jira fetch issues messages. So that's what I was telling, whenever you are creating REST messages, you have to remember that. So I will go to again REST messages, just to show you REST outbound messages, and I'm talking about this one, Jira fetch issues message. See, this exact name I am using here in this one. So this is what I'm saying is basically you have to trigger this method, because this is for fetching, this is responsible for fetching the data from Jira. So I have to give name, then I have to give the method name. What is the method name? Fetch issues is the method name. Then I have to give here fetch issues, that is method name. Fine. So you have given this thing. Now again, so I will increase the size of this window. Now we have to create a variable, let's say response, and we are saying execute the above request. Okay, so this will be executed, means we will be getting the response from the API, because we have already set each and everything in this REST outbound. So that is getting executed, and that will be giving the response in the request. So once you get the response, we have to basically parse it. So I'm saying parse data is equal to json.parse. Whatever the response is there, I want to get the body of that one, because you will be getting along with body there will be headers for system understanding, but I don't want headers. I'm just interested in the body of that, because that is the actual data from the API. So I will get the body. And now what I want to do is basically, see, I will be getting lot of data, right? See, if I visit this one, then you can see here, if you see this one, there are total 6 issues in the Jira. So I have to iterate 6 times in order to create 6 incidents in the incident table. So how I can do is basically with the help of loop. So if you want to create a loop, then you have to create a count for that. So I'm saying loop count is equal to parse data dot total minus 1. So what is this parse data? So basically whatever the parse data I have got, in that one there is a field called total, and I have to get -1 because it will be starting from 0. In the sense, if I expand the issues, you can see here it is starting from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Whatever parse data, and in that you have to go to total and do it as -1 because it is starting from 0, and that is the loop count. Now I have to write the loop. For I is equal to 0, I should be less than or equal to loop count, and I plus plus general for loop, you can see here. And now I will be iterating through all the 6 issues in this case here. So if it is 7, it will be iterating for 7 times. So as the loop increases, count increases, it will be increasing. Fine. So now what I want to do is I have to check if this create field, external field is there, if it is already present on the particular list. If it is present, then I need not to create that issue because it is already present in my incident table. So in order to check that, what I'm doing is I'm saying gr incident is equal to just some glide record, then incident is equal to this is user defined, you can give anything. I'm just creating the instance of glide record here. So new glide record, and here you need to give the table name. So what is our table name? That is incident. There might be other table like task table is there, problem table is there, so story table is there, you can give anything. I am doing on the incident table. Fine. So once you give the incident table, then gr incident dot add query. So this is what it is checking is basically u underscore external underscore number and parse data dot issues of I dot key. So see, I want to check if already in my system, if this key is already present. So what key I am talking about is, if I expand this first one, then you can see there is a key MSP17 is the key. So if this MSP17 key is already present in my system, I should not create it again. So with the help of this query, I am checking if it is present. So add query, add query will be checking. This is the field which it has to find, it is with the this comparison. So it will fetch u underscore external underscore number, and it will check in this particular field. So why I am writing u underscore is because it is user defined. You can check it out here. Okay. Right. Okay. Fine. So I need to go to that table again. So it is incidents. Fine. Incident. And if you go to this one, and if you right click on this, you can see here, this is the internal name. This is label actually. You should not give this label. This is the internal name, u underscore external underscore number. But if you see for this number, it is only number because it is not created by us. It is system generated. So it is not having u. In the sense user has created that. So I need to give that one only, u underscore external underscore number, and parse data. So see, this is the total parse data here. Okay. Because, and in that there is a issues. So you have to visit to this issues. You have to go to issues, and then you have to go to key, and that's what I'm doing here. First I'm going to issues, then I'm going to key here. Okay, so now this is basically I have created the query. Now I need to run this query. So gr incident dot query, this is for running the query, and now I'm checking what is the result of this one. So what exactly we are checking is if gr incident dot next, that means if this query, whatever the result it has got in this gr incident, if it has next, in the sense if it is having all those fields, so if they are empty then it will be showing it here. So if it is not equal to basically negation of this true result, then it means that these results are not present in our incident table, and we need to create that one. So particularly if you are talking about this one, that means msp 17, for the first iteration it will check if msp 17 is present. So it will check it here, and it says that the msp 17 is not present. So this will be replaced by no here or false, and negation of false is basically true, and it is now the true condition for this if. So it will enter this one. So what I want to do is simple. Now I just want to create an incident using the above data. So I can create easily. I will say where gr incident create is equal to some variable new glide record. Again the incident table I have taken, then I will initialize the table because I want to create an incident in it, and then I will say gr incident create dot, I have to set the short description. So short description is basically like, see, short description is the mandatory field. So I have to give some data for this one. So I will be mapping that one here. In my ServiceNow, for short description, you get the data from here. So what I am getting is basically parsed data dot issues dot fields dot summary. So how exactly I'm going is issues, and then there is a fields, and in that fields there is a summary below. So I am trying to extract this one. So that's what I'm giving the dot working here, and this is fine. And again external number I have to populate, because whenever I'm creating again that business rule I will be using this one. So for external number, u underscore external number is equal to parse data dot issues dot key. I need not to go to fields because it is present outside the fields. So you can see here issues, and if I minimize these fields, the key is present directly under the issues. So that's what I'm doing here. Directly under issues I am getting the key, and I am setting it to the external number, and at the end I say gr incident create dot insert, because I want to insert this record in the incident table. And that's it. You have created or you have written the code successfully. Okay, so now you understood how to create a scheduled job, and you can click on this execute now, and you can check if it is working, and fine, you will be working. Right, so now almost 80% of our work has been done. We are able to fetch the Jira issues into the ServiceNow, and we are able to create the incidents in the incident table out of it. So now the last task is to, whenever we are creating an incident in the in the ServiceNow, we have to create the same issue in the Jira as well. So for that, what I want to use is basically business rule. So for fetching I have used the schedule job. Now for this one I will be using the schedule job. So now I will go here scheduled jobs. So you can, under system definitions, just need to search here scheduled jobs. Oh fine, sorry, I'm talking about business rules here. I'll say business rules here. You can see under administration there are business rules. Just click on that one, go to all here, and sort it by filtered. If you are not if you want to get the things which are recent. And how to get this updated field, if it is not present, go to settings, and you will be seeing here updated. Okay, so updated field will be there. You just need to select this and mark it here, and it will be present. Fine. All right, so now I have already created the business rule for creating the Jira issues. So you can see here Jira issue creation. Okay, I will open this one. Right, I have opened this one, and now what I want to do is basically you just need to click on new and come to this page. Give the name. I have given it as Jira issue creation. On which table you want to do this one, select this incident table. Okay, so be particular about this. There are a lot of tables present. You have to select this incident. Okay, and market as active, market as advanced, and in this one when to run. Okay, so when I should run this business rule, it is asking. So we have to select async here because whenever there are changes I need to do the updation. You can select here async, and if you select after also it will work, but generally async is preferred, and both are working. I have tested already. And when I want to run, it is of type async, and whenever there is a data inserted in the incident table, or if there is a update to a existing issue in the incident table, I have to run this business rule. That is what it is meaning here. You have to check these two things. Fine. Then you have to go to the advanced tab, and here is the actual thing. You have to write some code here. Okay, so what is the code? It is very simple. You can write easily. And the only tricky part is that we are trying to do some judgment based on this external number, and what I am trying to do is basically see. So if the issue is imported from the Jira, and I don't want to create that one again because it is already imported from the Jira. And what exactly I'm saying is, if I go to incident.list, see, understand this thing very carefully, because this is what important. So process you can anyhow follow. See, what is happening, these 5 tickets, MSP 1 2 3 4 and 5, these I have imported from the Jira itself. And according to rule, business rule, whenever some new incidents are created in the incident table, I have to create those in the Jira as well. This is what we set, because it should be bidirectional. But in this case already I am taking it from the Jira, so these should not be created because they are already present in the Jira. So in order to do this judgment, we need this external number. So what we are exactly checking is, if MSP, if external number is having some data, then don't create that issue in the Jira, because this is coming from the Jira itself, because these numbers will be coming from Jira only. And if it is empty, then you have to create, because that is created from the ServiceNow. So this is the only part which needs to be taken care. And how I am taking care? It is very simple. With the help of one if statement, we can check. We can say, if external number is empty, then you have to create this ticket in the Jira. If external number is having some number, it need not to be any number, just some data. If it's having some data, then you should not create that ticket. You have to skip the creation of that one. So that is the only tricky part which we are taking care there. And it is very simple if you understood this part carefully. All right, so now and this is nothing, as you can understand, right? External number is empty, then create the issue. If it is not empty, then don't create. That's it. Nothing is there in that. All right, so now I'm coming over here. So this is the boilerplate code which we get, function, execute, current and all. So now these are just logs which I have just created for my understanding. So this need not to be written. I can just neglect these things. Okay, so what exact code you have to write is basically start from here. So you say, if current dot u underscore external number, if it is not true, that means if it is empty. So if it is empty means it will be giving some true here, false here. If it is empty, then you have to do negation of that one, and it should be true for this one. So basically what I'm saying is, if external number don't contain anything, that means true, and that means false, so it will be returning the false, and that will convert it to true by this negation sign here. So if it is true, that means if external number don't have anything, it is empty here, that means I have to create the issue. So in that case I am entering into the if and I am creating, otherwise I am just skipping that one. So basically I have written in the form of function and all, but you can do it properly. Otherwise this is also fine. This is also error handling and all we have done. So now I am again writing one gs.info just for my understanding. Need to check in the log. You can skip this line, 9th line here, and then I am creating the body as usual, the same body which I have given in the postman, that I am giving it here again, because the body is required in order to create a issue. The same body I am using here. So you can see body fields, issue type, name is bug, then project is MSP, then summary is this. Okay, and now you can say like, see, this will not be static, because whatever the summary I'm giving here, that should be dynamic, right? So whatever the data I give here, it should go. So short description, every time it cannot be some random thing, so it should be changing with the ticket. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to make it dynamic by current in the sense, whatever the current issue we are talking about, that it will take care current dot short description dot get display value. So whatever the value is there in this one short description, you have to get that one and set it to summary. So in this thing, whatever the summary is there, right? So this is the summary, it will set it to that one. Fine. So that is done. Again, description, metadata, and text, I want to get the description now. So see, for this one there is a short description, there is a description now. So if I just give some description, it will be visible. So that I'm doing here, current dot description dot get display value. Fine. This body we have created. Now creating the rest message. So it's very simple. Again, where create group is equal to and this one is basically, okay, fine. Okay, fine. So create group is equal to new ServiceNow web service. Then this is the same thing. And now I have to get that Jira issue and create issue. So what I'm talking is about this one, REST messages. And we have already seen this one. I am using now this one, Jira message. So this is for fetching. Create. Okay, create issue. Yeah, fine. So we are right, Jira issue we are trying to create. So this is the create one, and you can see here create issue. This is the method name, and this one is the REST message name, Jira issue. The same things we are using here, Jira issue and create issue. Okay, and now we have to say like create group dot set request body. Again, we are just stringifying this one. So this is in the JSON format, but whenever you are trying to send it, you have to stringify that, and I'm doing the same thing here, stringify. And response is equal to create group dot execute. So whatever the instance I have created here, I have to execute this one, and I'm just logging here, but it is not necessary for us. And else gs.info u underscore external number is not null, so skipping. But these things are not necessary, just you can write like this also. Okay, fine. So basically actually the code is also present here. See, control C and control V. So this code will also work perfectly. Okay, but the thing is that you don't have any like comments and all. So that's what this is the only code which we need to write. Okay, just have a look on this. I'm nothing, I'm just creating an incident. Okay, and this is what. Okay, so this is how we write the code for this one. So just you need to click on this save button here, then update it here, and make sure that it is marked active, and you are good. So everything will be working fine, and as I shown in the demo, so those things will be creating, and it will be working bi-directional. Right, so this is what I wanted to explain, and apart from this one, guys, I guess we are good now. So basically we are creating it here, it will be reflecting here, each and everything I guess I have explained. And if you have got any doubts, please feel free to ask in the comment section, and please let me know your valuable feedback about this video, and I mean how you are feeling about this one. So if it is like have any suggestions, so you can tell it in the comment section. We'll try to improve in our upcoming videos. And one more important request, please try to subscribe our channel, because we also need your support, and if you subscribe, it will feel good for us as well, and we'll be able to do some good content in the upcoming days for our people basically. All right, guys, so that's it in this video. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.